the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant have another problem on their hands. Officials with Tokyo Electric Power Company say the levels of radioactivity more than 300 tons of highly radioactive water leaked last month out of the storage tank. The water's contents seem to be too acidic. Managers have assigned more monitors to check for radioactive materials.
I speak unto thee this day, and I say, when I, the living God, do call a man or call a woman unto the job that I have for them, I say they are meant to stay at the task at hand. But I say, because they deviate, because they turn aside, because they lose interest in me, what do? I say they come up with all manner of crafty invention, fabricated tale, and doctrines of devils. And I say that they do it because they have refused what it was that I had purposed for them. Now I say, if you consider that I, the living God, do give to the sons of men the straight and narrow way, and they are meant to walk in the same, I say, when they grow bored with that, when they want to pervert the truth, I say they will stray from my way. And I say they will find all manner of crafty invention and claim that the same is of me. But I say that the truth of it is they are not walking in obedience unto me, because they have deviated from the task that I had for them. And I say they have turned from the straight and narrow way to take up other ways that will only lead them to damnation. Now I say this day, when a man will trust in his own righteousness, then I say that he will not see the error of his way. For I say, in his own eyes he is right, he is right, he is right, even when he is wrong. And I say it is because of pride that a man will puff up and refuse to receive correction and instruction and go on in his own headstrong way. And I say, all the while he is seeking to justify his deviation, his perversion of truth, and his departure from me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to depart from me, but I say that I call thee to be true disciples. That is, in the sense that you will allow yourself to be disciplined, to be corrected and guided through the mind of my Spirit day by day. For I say you are not meant to be high-minded, puffed up on pride, and so sure of how great you are. But I say you are meant to be willing to die to your own image, to take up the image that I have for thee. For I say, if any man will truly be my disciple, then I say will allow himself to be disciplined by me. That is, he will be accepting of the correction, the direction, the instruction that I give, ever made glad in the same. And I say that he will be purposed to come forth in the truth, the light, the mercy of who I am. Now I say you are living in an adulterous, a wayward, a proud, and evil generation, when men are stubborn against me. That is, they are stubbornly clinging to lies, they are stubbornly clinging to their own interpretation, and most of all, they are stubbornly clinging to pride. I say this day, know that pride is indeed a killer, and I say it is abomination before me. And I say, if any man or woman will give themselves to pride, then of course they are rebellious against me. That is, they will be despising the humble mind of my Spirit. They will be unfaithful to receive correction and instruction by me. And I say that they will guide themselves right into a ditch because they are full of pride. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to be accepting the covering of pride and to be so smug in the same. But I say that I call thee to allow the mind of my Spirit to lead and guide thee, that you can come forth in the humility way that I intend. For I say you are living in a time when many are bankrupt in their faith because they have refused to be guided by my Spirit life. And I say they have refused to literally be my Spirit people. Instead, they have established their own way. Now I say you are living in the times when I, the living God, am ventilating, vindicating, and displaying my wrath against a wayward, a perverse, a vile generation. And I say that I'm doing it because I'm thoroughly disgusted with men, with women who are far from me. That is, I am disgusted with the fact that they prefer their own proud works their own images and imaginations over the way of my spirit. For I say it is me, the living God, who has given my spirit to the sons of men, that they could be led, guided, and directed in all truth. But I say, because they are full of their own understanding, because they are full of pride and vain conceit, I say they will trust in themselves. Now I say that the wise man will not trust himself, nor will he be guided by his carnal mind. But I say that he will ever seek to be guided by the mind of my spirit, for I say that the same is truth and light. And I say that my spirit will never guide a man into sin, and if he is found guilty of the same, it is of his own doings. That is, he is choosing to believe in the lies of his own carnal nature, to believe in the lies of demons above the mind of my spirit. Now I say there are multitudes in this wicked generation. I say they give themselves to sin, and they want to blame me. But I say the truth of it is, if a man will choose to indulge himself in sin, he has departed from me. That is, he has estranged himself from my direction, from my correction and my instruction in his life. And I say that he's chosen the way of sin because of his pride, because of his fleshly lust, and because of his greed. And I say it is because he is rebellious that he chooses to sin against me. Now I say, if I, the living God, do expose sin, I say you are meant to turn from the same. That is, you are not meant to go on and on and on in a way that is wickedness before me, then imagine somehow you get by. For I say that it is clearly written, and it is true, that if a man shall continue in sin, then death shall be his reward. That is, the soul that sinneth, the same shall die. I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to live in sin, to wallow in sin, and indulge yourself in sin. And I say that pride is indeed sin before me, and when you puff up on pride, when you are arrogant in pride, conceited in pride, and unwilling to receive correction, what do you prove? You prove that you are indeed more in love with the sin of pride than you are in love with me. And I say you will not follow the mind of my spirit, but I say instead you will follow your own proud images and imaginations. Now I say, in this wicked, perverse, and vile generation, look at the multitudes who have forsaken my way, who have turned back from me to take on pride. That is, they love the proud coverings, they love the proud deceptions, and most of all, they love the proud rebellion that they give themselves unto as they scoff and mock my straight and narrow way, that they give themselves unto as they flirt with demons and doctrines of devils and love it so. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call my true ones to turn back on me, but I say that I call them to continue steadfast in me. That is, ever coming forth in the truth, the light, the strength that I provide, ever make glad for my way. For I say, when it is me, the living God, that you look to in faith and trust and confidence, it is me, the living God, who brings thee forth. And it is me, the living God, who will ever uplift, direct, correct, and guide thee, for yes, you are mine. Now I say this day, do not be high-minded, do not be defiant, but I say instead be reliant upon the mind of my spirit. That is, ever seeking to be filled with my spirit, to follow the same, for it is me, the living God, who has left that provision for thee. That is, it is my gift to the sons of men to guide them, to lead them and direct them day by day. And I say, if any man will abhor my spirit, I say that truthfully he is none of mine. For I say that he's not indeed accepting my provision, accepting the way of truth and light that I delight to give. Now I say this day, when you look upon what it is that I, the living God, do intend for the sons of men, I say it is nothing to do with proud works, but I say it is to do with the truth, the light, the mercy of who I am, ever given unto all who will believe in me. For I say, when it is me that you will truly be believing, then I say you will not be mistrusting my spirit. But I say, when you are believing in your own understanding, you will be ever questioning, criticizing, analyzing, and seeking to attribute madness to my spirit. Now I say, consider how many there are. They are smug in their own conceit. They are vainly puffed up. They think they know it all. But I say they have refused the humility mind that I would have given unto them through my Spirit. I say they literally despise the same. And I say they go on and on and on, waxing bolder in their own works and their own understanding. And I say it is all for naught. For I say when they stand before me in their house, does collapse under the fire of my judgment wrath, what shall they find? They shall find that they labored in vain, for all of their pride, for all of their contempt towards me shall be boldly displayed. And I say they will be condemned by their own proud works and judged unworthy of me. Now I say this day, do not have contempt for my Spirit, do not disgrace the same. But I say, be ever respecting that it is me, the living God, who has given the same unto thee, that you could be led, guided, and directed always by me. Now I say, this day be thankful that I offer, that I give to thee the truth and the life, if you will but walk in the same. And I say, if you will be thankful unto me each day, you will find that I give thee mercy. I say, do not be found nursing your pride, nursing your rebellion, and nursing those things that are in opposition to me. But I say, instead be refuting, rebuking the unfruitful works of darkness that take your heart far from me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do have a way wherein my people will be kept, and I say it is indeed the humility way. And I say, when I provide humility unto thee, I say, do not despise the same. For I say, when you find the scoffing and the mocking swelling up within thee, I say that it is coming of pride. And I say, when you think you are better than you are, that you cannot receive correction or direction given by me, then I say you are a fool. I say this day it is senseless to turn back to foolery, to vanity, to worldliness and stupidity, when you could indeed continue to follow after me. And I say, when I, the living God, do shine the light, I say, walk in the same, ever thankful to be guided by me. And I say, be respecting what it is that I, the living God, have for thee, and stay in the same. That is, do not be neighing and swaying out of the way that I, the living God, have prepared for thee. Now I say there are many men who are full of crafty invention, but I say that all of their inventions are merely ways to turn back from me. That is, to turn back to the works of the flesh, the exhibition of the same, and the pride of life. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call my people to be recognized, applauded, and approved of men, but I say that I call them to be approved of me. Therefore I say, walk circumspectly, seeking to please me in all that you do. For I say, if it is me that you seek to please, I say you will not stray out of my way. But I say, if you are following pride, rebellion, and stubbornness, of course you will stray again and again. Now I say this day that I, living God, do call thee to mark the enemies that are in your own carnality, that the demons grab hold of time and again. And I say that I call thee to mark those things with the sentence of death. That is, not bowing to the whims, the lust, the ambitions, the pride that are ever springing up to take over and pull you out of the mind of my Spirit. That is, mark those things and consider them to be dead. That is, in the sense that you will not give way to their influence, you will not give way to their rantings, and you will not give way to the deceit of the same. For I say that I, the living God, do have the straight and narrow way, and I say if you remain in the same, then you are well-pleasing unto me. But I say, if you are ever seeking to exhibit yourself, if you are ever seeking for your own work and your own way, what are you doing? I say you are showing me that what I have is not sufficient for thee. And I say you are likewise exhibiting pride that blinds you, because you are thinking you are better than you are. Now I say, if any man is truly thankful unto me, he will be accepting of the mercies that I provide day by day, ever grateful to be redeemed. But I say, when a man is full of his own self, he will always think he deserves more than he has. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do give the provision that is sufficient. I say, therefore, be thankful in the same. That is, do not be full of vain striving and meandering far from me. But I say, be willing to bear the burden, to come under what it is that I, the living God, do have in the yoke prepared for thee. That is, do not be resisting, resenting, and rebelling against me in your heart and causing your own sorrows. But I say, be thankful to be uplifted, guided, directed under the mind of my Spirit day by day.